And we're live.
We're live. Hi, I'm Sapphy.
And I'm Mystic.
And this is the Lore Together live stream, episode 21 of Mass Effect. Thank you for joining us tonight. Not much else to say other than we're on Vermeer. Did you not notice?
Hope y'all enjoyed the... You know, it sounded a lot like the... If it wasn't for the birds, it sounded a lot like the doc on Myst, which is kind of apropos given the episode we literally just uploaded
I was thinking,
for our
you know
patrons.
what? I'm glad you said that because I was thinking that too, and I was going a little crazy. I'm like, do you have Myst in the background? Or it was either that or it's like one of those, productivity spaces that they make virtual where you're like, do you want to just sit and relax? Like the Lo-Fi Girl thing on YouTube.
Oh, I love Lo-Fi Girl.
Yeah. Everett goes, hi, those are nice water graphics, aren't they? This is Legendary Edition, so this looks a lot better than it did when it first came out. So, Mystic, did we post something for our patrons just now?
We did, and I'm posting that. I'm posting on Discord right now that we uploaded it. We uploaded our latest episode for our patrons literally 2 minutes ago.
You're so professional, my love. So professional. Okay, so obviously, we'd rather you watch this with us now, and then afterwards you can listen. Patrons, I should say, can listen to our latest episode. You're still getting it early. Hey, Token, how you doing? I like that your first response is just an exclamation point. We're excited to see you too. I gotta say, I feel like it was funny because before we post, Mystic will have me listen to the episode after he edits it just to be sure nothing's missed. And after a point, it was just like, oh man, I don't think my brain was up to snuff when I recorded yesterday. It's up to snuff today, though. I'm feeling pretty with it.
Think we're good, Commander?
So are we fighting?
We are not good. We are not good.
That's not good. That's not good. So we're partway through Vermeer. Did we do the? We did not do one of the biggest. Oh my God! Maybe we need to restart the whole game points yet in Vermeer, have we? Okay.
I mean, kind of if you really want Rex, but we covered that last time and we succeeded.
That's what I meant. Yeah. So we've already confirmed that Rex is the best.
The best good boy Krogan.
The best good boy Krogan. Bad boy Krogan, really. Let's be honest.
Area secured.
Our best anti-hero Krogan.
But our latest episode is now available for all patrons. It is Myst, the Book of Tiana, Part 1. We're doing back-to-back two-parters. Hope you're all okay with that.
Yeah. Now, doing a book is great because there's a lot of people who, they could finish a video game, but they couldn't read the book. So, hope you enjoyed that. I found it very interesting, the origins, because it didn't go quite the way I expected.
Chief Williams, take the heat off Manavai.
And I would suggest, if you want to, follow the book series in the order it was published, episodes 10 and 11 are Book of Atris.
Which is weird because Book of Tiana takes place before that.
Yeah, but I think... But Book of Atris references Book of Tiana?
Book of Atris is a better intro to the world and the broad strokes.
Yeah.
And Book of Tiana is when you want to dive into the meat of it.
I agree. No, I think that's exactly the way to go.
I'm not sure where I'm supposed to go. Oh, it splits. Okay, we'll go both. Well, where's our actual goal? Okay, either way we have to go. We're going around this whole big circle because we're looking for any opportunity we can to help the Solarians.
Round and round the map goes. Where it stops, nobody knows.
I'm going to actually double back over here and just make sure we didn't miss any boxes or anything.
I appreciate that there's not a timed success thing here.
No, those do happen, but they're pretty rare in the first game at least.
Yeah. I don't remember them being much in the following two games either, but I could be wrong.
Can you guys hear us okay? Is the audio all good?
I will say on my end, I think it is, but please, audience, let us know. So if you guys aren't aware how we...
Jaedo, watch for comm stations. Williams, can you see anything?
just to say again, how we do this is I'm listening to what you guys can hear, but it's at a delay from what Mystic is playing. So I'm trying to make sure that I hear the audio okay, but you let me know if for some reason or anything. Token says audio is great. Everett goes, I look forward to hearing your analysis of that book. I hope you discuss... how do you say his name? Vivus's motives, because if someone ever explained him to me, I'll be grateful. We talk about it.
Trying to parse his... so, full disclosure, we didn't talk about this in the episode, but the book weirdly feels like there's a lack of internal monologue sometimes, and there's also weird jumps over where you think there should be dialogue or something.
Sounds like a weird editing choice to me, but that's just me.
Yeah. So I hope we get across it, but also some of our patrons will definitely tell me if I'm wrong on some interpretations.
I will say I tried to give him grace, and Mystic was like, stop that.
Oh, I forgot there were actually Krogan here. Okay.
That's it. Bag 'em and tag.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so that's further into the facility.
That's right. So there are Krogan here. If you forgot last time, the Krogan are helping the bad guys because the bad guys are claiming to be trying to help eradicate the genophage and bring back the Krogan to their original strength. And while that, curing the genophage would be great.
Oh, there we go. I was like, where is it?
Woohoo!
People always forget to look up in games, myself included.
Mm-hmm. Believe me, I completely understand. I do that all the time. But while curing the genophage is a good idea, letting somebody who's evil have access to the cure of the genophage and therefore manipulate Krogan, bad idea. Everett goes, the other reading order allows the fall to be a twist, which might also add to the reader's experience.
There's more info if you do Book of Tiana second, though. Like, yeah, you don't have that twist, but you get so much more info, is my feeling anyway.
Yeah. I think the context makes more sense once you realize...
All targets down.
So I'm used to... How do I...
Regroup.
There we go.
Yeah. I think it makes more sense, too, for example, like, oh, this is the kind of folly that would have caused something like that. You can already see kind of like the whole...
I so want to turn the difficulty up just a scooch, but...
Just a scooch? Let's not do it this late in the game.
Right. It's just going to make it more of a slog, but it feels like a cakewalk, and it just...
Now, our fans should know that we're not here to prove that we're the baddest dudes with video games. That's not what we're here for. We're here for the lore. It's in the name. Gotta love it when you shoot them in the head and they don't have time to react.
I love how I'm sniping people with a pistol.
Token says play insanity, but there's quotes around insanity. So there's two ways that I want to interpret this. First of all, insanity, are you talking about like our personal insanity? Like drive ourselves insane and then play? Because that would be fun.
No, insanity is a difficult level.
I know it is.
Yeah.
The other thing is I would suggest put those quotes around and put quotes around play. I will not be playing insanity. I will be anxieting through insanity. I will not be able to...
I love how they took themselves out. What was that?
Everyone thinks just goes, Leroy Shepherd! We were all there when the real Leroy Jenkins made his appearance in this game.
But not the real Leroy Jenkins. That was in
not
World of Warcraft.
No. Yeah, there's different levels of real right now.
And unfortunately, that is a series we'll probably not be touching because we already have our MMOs. It's going to be Guild Wars and Elder Scrolls, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Also, I refuse to pay a subscription just for us to stream an episode. Like,
Oh yeah, that's true. The book, Everett goes. The book style definitely has weird choices, particularly when the book goes out of the way to introduce someone by name who, other than that mention, isn't even in the book.
yeah.
I'm on it.
I kind of, I do read the books, but I'm also cribbing from the audiobook because I feel like that's a good summarized version, at least, like an abridged version. So that's where I start with, and then I go through the book and add detail that I think is important, because we don't have to worry about acting or music or sound effects or pacing because we're not doing an actual reading. Which
Yeah.
Sapphy will be doing at some point for Primal Rage, because we have that novel now.
I did promise that. I don't know if I'm gonna do. I don't think I'm gonna really do voices.
Go for it. Our voice acting is legendary.
Should I bring out the fake Irish accent when I do it?
God, no.
Line, men. Hold
But
the
it's so
line.
satisfying to do, especially when it annoys you.
You're gonna offend someone with that one.
Who am I gonna offend? I'm Irish enough to get away with it. Arcane Flame says, "Oh, that will be fun." Hey, Arcane Flame. Hope it will be. Have one thinks his appropriation isn't really.
We've got access to base security. We should be able to cut the alarms from here. Might even be able to trigger alarms on the far side of the base. It'll clear out the guards for us, but they might be too much for the Solarian teams to handle.
Just disable the alarms. We can handle any guards inside.
The noble choice.
I do love how it's one of those rare points where you have a squad mate doing something.
Yeah. And in this, luckily in this instance, either Garrus or Tally makes sense.
Over there.
If we had Rex doing it, and it was more than just him hitting the box.
I mean, let's be honest, Rex is a bit like James Vega, who why are we showing Solarians? Oh, probably just scientists on his team.
Oh yeah, that's right. So what was it? There's something where like you asked James Vega to hack something and then he just punches it.
Yeah, he just starts stomping on it.
What's going on in this place?
Okay, so we're hearing some dialogue there, if you missed it, that wondering why there's Solarians, and Captain Curie said he lost some men and they're probably indoctrinated. So
Oh, okay. They did not play with indoctrination nearly as much as
I'm gonna check the west of that
they
warehouse.
did in the
just-
following games, or at least somebody correct me if I'm wrong, if I'm misremembering that, but I do not remember indoctrination being as much of a.
At this point, it's only around Saren, as we covered in the novel. Revelation. At this point, it's only around Saren. It's not a big thing yet, and it will become later. I'm not going to talk too much about it because we're going to get some lore drop in this episode, I think. Not about indoctrination, but I don't want to spoil anything before we get there.
That's right. Vermeer is a big deal for a reason.
Multiple reasons, actually.
Hello?
So down? Yes. Okay.
Is someone out there?
Now it gets fun.
Oh.
Give a little ground, Williams. We don't want them to bunker up. Draw them out.
All right, let's do a...
Yeah, we're getting that warning like, hey, you got too much stuff. Hey.
We are already getting 10s and 9s, so...
For those of you who've been keeping up through the playthrough so far, any favorite characters, particularly the ones on the squad? Just curious. And I know for Mass Effect 1, that's sometimes a harder question to answer than it is for the rest of the series. But I'm curious if anybody has any favorites based on what they've seen so far with Lorena.
We forgot to go through all the armor upgrades, didn't we? The fact that we have 3s and 4s in here.
Oh, wow. That's a lot. I think armor upgrade's an easy one to forget about, though. And I feel like maybe in my playthroughs this is true, but it's meant the least. So...
Alright, that gave us some breathing room.
Token says Rex is the best combat buddy, and Tali is just too adorable to hate.
Wait a minute. No.
Everett goes, I think the most interesting for me is the one who has to shield herself from the atmosphere. That's Tali. Tali Zora Vasnila.
You know, I didn't actually...
No. She's Tali Zora Naraya. I'm sorry.
Naraya.
Oh my God. Sorry about that.
How could you? This is gonna go well.
Quick, let's science them to death.
What is happening? Oh, he's invisible. Or not. What the hell?
He was. I think he was supposed to have a bio. Oh my gosh. That was scary. Everett goes, also, as I've made clear, I'm continue to remain weirdly fascinated by Rex's IP. That's completely fair. So essentially, the audience is pro alien buddies right now.
That's fair.
Yes.
Got some... Ooh. Oh. Toggle helmet. It's not doing anything. Sorry.
Shush you! Don't kill Tali.
Looking better. Nope.
Poor woman. It's just like she has an autoimmune disorder.
Where are we?
Mystic is so perplexed right now.
I'm trying to get to those cells we saw with the people in them, because I figured that might be useful and something will be there, but I don't know how to.
Which is hilarious because you usually have the best sense of direction in these games. You remember maps that don't load correctly.
It has been quite a many years since it...
Don't shoot! Please, I just want to get out of here before it's too late. I'm not gonna hurt you. Who are you?
Rana Thanoptis, neurospecialist. But this job isn't worth dying over, or worse. You think the indoctrination only affects prisoners? Sooner or later, Saren will want to dissect my brain too.
I thought this was a breeding facility.
Not this level. We're studying Sovereign's effect on organic minds. At least that's what I assumed. Saren kept us in the dark as much as possible.
You helped him and you didn't even know why?
I didn't have the option of negotiating. This position is a little more permanent than I had expected. But I can help you. This elevator behind me goes to Saren's private lab. I can get you in. See? Full access. All of Saren's private files. Are we good? Can I go?
What were you studying here?
It's that ship, Sovereign. It emits some kind of signal. Undetectable, but it's there. I've seen the effects. Saren uses it to influence his followers, to control them. It's called indoctrination. Direct exposure to the signal turns you into a mindless slave, like the Solarian test subjects. But there's collateral damage, too.
What do you mean by collateral damage?
Sovereign's signal is too strong. Spend too much time near the ship and you feel it, like a tingle at the back of the skull. It's like a whisper you can't quite hear. You're compelled to do things, but you don't know why. You just obey. Eventually, you just stop thinking for yourself. It happens to everyone at the facility. My first test subject was the man I replaced. Now I just want to get out of here before it happens to me.
Why is Saren researching this? Isn't he the one controlling it?
The signal comes from the ship. It makes us obey Saren, but I don't think he controls it. Not exactly. I think he's scared it might be affecting him. Indoctrination is subtle. By the time the effects become noticeable, it's usually too late.
Tell me more about this signal.
Signal's not exactly the right word. There's some kind of energy field emanating from the ship. It changes thought patterns. Over time, days, maybe a week, it weakens your will. You become easier to manipulate and control, but it's a degenerative condition. There's a balance between control and usefulness. The less freedom a subject maintains, the less capable it becomes.
I'm gonna blow this place to hell and gone. If you want to make it out alive, you better start running.
What? You can't. But I'll never. Ah!
That's always funny.
You enjoyed that, Commander.
You enjoyed that, Commander. Ever goes, if I was actually playing, I would have a much better appreciation for each team member's story, but listening, I just pick up the broad strokes. To be honest, I think you would still pick up more if it, as is, once we play 2 and 3 over time, I think people will understand you're going to pick up more of those characters overall, just because the writing ends up focusing a little bit more on the side characters in a way that we're used to in current gaming culture. This was just starting to dip your toe into being like, hey, storytelling with like captivating characters and motivations and romance. Mystic is not convinced he knows where he's going.
Oh, maybe this. There we go. That's all.
Woohoo!
I don't know if it's going to lead to anything worth it, but I saw a bunch of people in test cells.
Well, you're not a Geth, and you're not wearing a lab coat. I guess I'm glad to see you. Lieutenant Gonto Imnes of the 3rd Infiltration Regiment, captured during recon. I assume the fleet was called in to destroy the base?
The transmission wasn't clear. The fleet's not coming.
I see. Then you must be the infiltration team. I know the captain. He will want this facility destroyed. My team was altered, indoctrinated. He knew about the breeding grounds. But the indoctrination is a greater threat, and far more horrifying. I watched good people reduced to mindless husks. There wasn't anything left. Others died during the experiments. I envied them.
Do you know anything about the experiments they were conducting?
They were studying indoctrination. Symptoms, progress. Saren uses it to control his people, but I don't think he fully understands it. I don't know much else. I just saw what it did to the others. Turned them into empty husks. I can't end up like that, please. Let me out.
I think we're going to play a Paragon, but
Okay.
I don't remember how this turns out. I don't think it's great.
Yeah, I don't think it goes the way we want it to.
I'm opening your cell, but then you're on your own.
Don't look back and hope to outrun the blast, A better chance than I had before you showed up. Thank you, human. And good luck. You'll need it.
Everyone thinks goes death. Well, it was definitely worth finding that because we got a good chunk of lore there.
Now I know where this goes. I just gotta remember that elevator is where we have to go.
Okay, the elevator is where we have to go.
I believe. Oh, just more test subjects. It looks like. It's the same guy. Nope.
What do you want? I told you everything. Who are you? Alliance, right? I knew someone would come. It tried to break me, but it couldn't. I shut it out.
Slow down. I need to know where you came from.
Private Mano Savat of the 3rd Infiltration Regiment STG, man. Captured while on reconnaissance 6 days ago. Glad to answer, man. Never any questions from these bastards. Just whispers and poking and cutting. I said anything to get out and get some payback. That's not too much to ask, is it? A little payback?
What did they do to you, soldier?
Experiments, but I don't know what for. The effect of incessant whispering on my shortening temper? Who knows? I just need out.
Something's not right here, Shepard.
If we don't let him out, he's as good as dead. We have to do something.
Yes, leaving me here would be bad. Very bad. It's too small and the noise just won't go away. Whispering is loud, you know? I need to get out. Let me out.
This is the one that I was remembering. So.
Okay.
Set him free. It could help us.
Yes, sir. You'll find I am very good at following orders. I should be. I hear them over and over. Why are they repeated when they are so simple?
Simple! Engaging target.
Well, that's so sad.
Yeah.
As everyone thinks, just said death.
Everyone thinks has a singular vocabulary today, apparently.
No, I was just repeating what they said. It was just apt.
Oh, bunch of goodies.
Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy.
Can't go that way. All right.
Can't touch us. Can't touch us. Sorry.
All clear.
Don't forget your rescue inhaler.
Yeah. I'm sorry, wouldn't that make you unfit for duty? I don't know. Probably not, but
It depends on how desperate they are with the draft. Token goes, this music is intense.
this music is a little repetitive. But such is the case for all game music if you listen to it too much. I totally forgot about Rana Thanoptis, though.
I never forget about her. The way that they animate her running away is just comical. It's like high Greek comedies art, in my opinion.
I thought she had an intro.
Everett goes, before you review the Book of Denis, I recommend Rand's Q&A from the last Mysterium. He talks about how he was forced, presumably by the publisher, to remove part of it.
Oh. Did not know that.
I would be very curious. I'm always curious about like what gets censored from books or any kind of story in general, because there's definitely, like, even in video games, there's like, well, we decided this story wouldn't sell if we have this part, so can you actually change it into this?
I'm curious if they've retconned that since.
Commander, look over here. It's another beacon, like the one on Eden Prime.
You found it.
I always do that. I always walk over to that part.
Don't get too close, Shepard.
I do like how Shepard is able to take it better each time.
Yeah.
But now, we're just going to shut up and let this dialogue go.
This is not good.
You are not Saren.
What is that? Some kind of VI interface?
Rudimentary creatures of blood and flesh. You touch my mind, fumbling in ignorance, incapable of understanding.
I don't think this is a VI.
There is a realm of existence so far beyond your own, you cannot even imagine it. I am beyond your comprehension. I am sovereign.
Sovereign isn't just some Reaper ship Saren found. It's an actual Reaper.
Reaper, a label created by the Protheans to give voice to their destruction. In the end, what they chose to call us is irrelevant. We simply are.
The Protheans vanished 50,000 years ago. You couldn't have been there. It's impossible.
Organic life is nothing but a genetic mutation. An accident. Your lives are measured in years and decades. You wither and die. We are eternal, the pinnacle of evolution and existence. Before us, you are nothing. Your extinction is inevitable. We are the end of everything.
There is an entire galaxy of races united and ready to face you.
Confidence born of ignorance. The cycle cannot be broken.
Cycle? What cycle?
The pattern has repeated itself more times than you can fathom. Organic civilizations rise, evolve, advance, and at the apex of their glory, they are extinguished. The Protheans were not the first. They did not create the Citadel. They did not forge the mass relays. They merely found them. The legacy of my kind.
Why would you construct the mass relays, then leave them for someone else to find?
Your civilization is based on the technology of the mass relays. Our technology. By using it, your society develops along the paths we desire. We impose order on the chaos of organic evolution. You exist because we allow it, and you will end because we demand it.
They're harvesting us. Letting us advance to the level they need, then wiping us out.
What do you want from us? Slaves? Resources?
My kind transcends your very understanding. We are each a nation, independent, free of all weakness. You cannot even grasp the nature of our existence.
Where are the rest of the Reapers? Are you the last of your kind?
We are Legion. The time of our return is coming. Our numbers will darken the sky of every world. You cannot escape your doom.
Where did you come from? Who built you?
We have no beginning. We have no end. We are infinite. Millions of years after your civilization has been eradicated and forgotten, we will endure.
You're not even alive. Not really. You're just a machine, and machines can be broken.
Your words are as empty as your future. I am the vanguard of your destruction. This exchange is over.
Commander, we got trouble.
Hit me, Joker.
That ship's Sovereign? It's moving. I don't know what you did down there, but that thing just pulled a turn that would shear any of our ships in half. It's coming your way, and it's coming hard. You need to wrap things up in there fast.
This console's been disabled. Orders, Commander.
Let's head to the breeding facility. Joker can pick us up after we set the nuke.
That was fun.
Yeah. Who liked meeting the enemy? Let me know. Everett, Betsy knows the part that was removed from the book, but then also said, the next time I'm having an argument, I should just say, I am beyond your comprehension. That's like, some of those disses are be like, the idea is like, thousands of years from now, your civilization will be gone and we will endure. Boss move right there.
I think we're good, Shepard.
The Geth are turning from your position, Jayato. Looks like Shadow kicked a sensitive spot. Williams, head them off. Hold them.
We may have to run a little bit long today.
I think we can handle it. And by we, I mean me, because I'm the kind of person who's like, oh no, that's my bedtime.
I'm kind of annoyed that I'm sniping with the pistol.
Don't be mad at that. We're gonna upgrade some stuff.
Just seeing if we have anything better. Does not seem so.
Nothing gets better than my favorite pistol, which I think is from Mass Effect 3, the one with the bombs on it.
Yeah.
That was my favorite pistol. Bum, 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 bum. Reload. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum.
Alright, we get it.
But it's not truly a live stream. I haven't annoyed you with sound effects.
That turret could punch some nasty.
Countermeasure deployed.
I'm just glad there's no timer.
All clear.
You just... Oh.
I thought Vermeer was going to be longer. But that's, well,
We're not done yet.
yeah.
Ever goes, what do you think of godlike beings? I feel like that trope typically spins out of control in science fiction.
Look out! They followed us up.
I don't want to say much, Everett.
Oh, hi guys.
Good work on the gun, Shadow team. Now it's our turn.
Clear.
Okay. I don't... Godlike beings. Are we talking about things that are omnipotent? Because there are ways to write it that can be interesting. And there are ways to
Kevin.
write...
Kevin Uxbridge from TNG. He is a godlike being who is from a very interesting episode. You know. he destroys entire civilizations on a whim. But sometimes it works. Like Q doesn't work as well as Kevin, I feel.
You don't like Q as much? I like
Q plays with his power. Kevin Uxbridge doesn't.
Q's a cat.
Yeah, that's true.
Like,
That's it. We need to clear the gate and set those charges.
yeah.
Oh. Why is everything overheating?
Have One Thanks goes, as a godlike being myself, I do feel we are overrepresented in most media. And may the ants that follow you not feel the same way, Have One. Actually, I wrote that in a line of my book. They're talking about, like, how much do the characters care about the gods, and one of them just goes, I really hope I'd never have to depend on ants to do a favor for me. Everett goes, specifically, what do you think of this red hologram blob guy?
All right. Nice work. That's one less thing to worry about. Commander, I'm bringing us in.
It's hard to give an opinion, Everett, because I don't want to say anything that's going to be referencing the rest of the series, and everything I think about that character now feels like a reference to the rest of the series. Arcane Flame goes, Kevin has good tea. Nice house. Yay! Have One Thanks goes, they know what they did. I guess the ants did.
Bomb is in position. We're all set here.
Commander, can you read me?
The nuke is almost ready. Get to the rendezvous point, Williams.
Negative, Commander. The Geth have us pinned down on the AA tower. We've taken heavy casualties. We'll never make the rendezvous point in time.
Get them out of there, Joker, now!
Negative. It's too hot. Can't risk it. We'll hold them off as long as we...
It's okay, Commander. I need a couple of minutes to finish arming the bomb. Go get them and meet me back here.
Up to the AA tower. Move!
Stick with the same?
We'll stick with the same for now. Everett goes also, that's fair. He goes, to me, Kevin Uxbridge is a good example of the problem. While his one episode is interesting in a vacuum, his existence is problematic for the rest of canon.
That's fair. I'm just going to go with who we had.
Yeah, let's go with who we had.
I think this is here just in case you didn't have, you had one of them in your party.
Yeah.
Oh no, you can't have them in your party.
Not at that point, no. I think the idea that unlimited power means you would unlimitedly use it is a fallacy. But I also think that I don't know.
I swore I hit the button.
But you didn't hit it the right way. But I can also see why, somebody could be like a whole race of people out of existence could.
That was weird. He
Totally
had no
mess
health
up a
bar
story.
for a second there.
I'm trying to remember. Okay.
Reinforcements. We better hurry.
Heads up, LT. We just spotted a troop ship headed to your location.
It's already here. There's Geth pouring out all over the bomb site.
Can you hold them off?
There's too many. I don't think we can survive until you get here. I'm activating the bomb.
Alenka, what are you doing?
I'm just making sure this bomb goes off, no matter what. It's done, Commander. Go get Williams and get the hell out of here.
Screw that! We can handle ourselves. Go back and get Alenko.
Guys.
We have a choice to make. Patrons get priority vote, but I don't know how many patrons we have in chat, so.
Are we rescuing Caden or Ashley, guys? It's not a good time for me to joke or say anything. This is serious.
No, we don't want to lead anybody at this point.
This is serious. This is serious business right now. Are we rescuing Caden or Ashley? Everybody gets to vote, by the way. If it's not clear, it's just that patrons essentially, like, their votes are 2 points versus 1 point for non-patrons.
Yeah.
That's essentially what it is.
And we will sit here until people vote.
No, this is too serious for us to just... We're not going to flippantly make a choice. Everett goes, I guess Caden, if Ashley says she's self-sufficient. Arcane Flame says Ashley. So
our two patrons are in conflict.
Have One Thanks says Ashley.
Okay. We have 4 people in chat right now?
Yeah, Token. I'm going to give it
If it comes down to a tie, we will roll dice.
We will roll dice. Just making sure. Token, if you dare say something, otherwise, with that vote, that would mean we're saving Ashley, right?
Yeah. All right. Going once. Going twice. I love how this is not live. Like, it's live, but there's a delay. All right. Rescuing Ashley.
Williams, radio Joker and tell him to meet us on the AA tower.
Yes, Commander,
It's the right choice, and you know it, Ash.
I'm sorry, Caden. I had to make a choice.
I understand, Commander. I don't regret a thing.
Oh my gosh.
This does, it turned out, rob us of a wonderful scene with Bay, though.
Oh, really?
Not really. There's if you have not sufficiently sided one way or the other, you get like this.
That's not a great scene.
No, it's
in
not.
my opinion. Because it really, all it is like, literally. I'll just spoil it. So, if you, because either gender, because we only have 2 options in this game, either gender can romance Liara, but only female characters can romance Caden, and only male characters can romance Ashley. And if you try to string, I'll say this in the midst of violence. Ooh. If you try to string both of your options along, there comes a conflict where the human partner is like, you gotta make a choice.
Oop.
I forgot about this part. Oh!
This has been an impressive diversion, Shepard. My Geth were utterly convinced the Solarians were the real threat. Of course, it was all for nothing. I can't let you disrupt what I've accomplished here. You can't possibly understand what's really at stake.
Why are you doing this?
You've seen the vision from the beacons, Shepard. You of all people should understand what the Reapers are capable of.
They cannot be stopped. Do not mire yourself in pointless revolt. Do not sacrifice everything for the sake of petty freedoms. The Protheans tried to fight, and they were utterly destroyed. Trillions dead. But what if they had bowed before the invaders? Would the Protheans still exist? Is submission not preferable to extinction?
Do you really believe the Reapers will let us live?
Now you see why I never came forward with this to the Council. We organics are driven by emotion instead of logic. We will fight even when we know we cannot win. But if we work with the Reapers, if we make ourselves useful, think how many lives could be spared. Once I understood this, I joined Sovereign, though I was aware of the dangers. I had hoped this facility could protect me.
You're afraid Sovereign is influencing you. You're afraid he's controlling your thoughts.
I've studied the effects of indoctrination. The more control Sovereign exerts, the less capable the subject becomes. That is my saving grace. The Sovereign needs me to find the conduit. My mind is still my own, for now. But the transformation from ally to servant can be subtle. I will not let it happen to me.
Why are the Geth following Sovereign?
They believe Sovereign to be some kind of god, the pinnacle of their own evolution. But the reaction of their deity is most telling. It is insulted. Sovereign does not desire the pitiful devotions the Geth hurl at it. They are just tools, and no amount of belief on their part will change that. But as tools, they are useful. They will survive the coming invasion. If organic life is to survive, we must also prove we are useful. We must work with the Reapers.
Tell me why Sovereign needs the conduit. Tell me what it is. Maybe we can find a way to stop them.
The conduit is the key to your destruction and my salvation. Sovereign needs my help to find it. That is the only reason I have not been indoctrinated.
Sovereign's manipulating you and you don't even know it. You're already under its power.
No, Sovereign needs me. If I find the conduit, I've been promised a reprieve from the inevitable. This is my only hope.
Together we can stop Sovereign. We don't have to submit to the Reapers, we can beat them.
I no longer believe that, Shepard. The visions cannot be denied. The Reapers are too powerful. The only hope of survival is to join with them. Sovereign is a machine. It thinks like a machine. If I can prove my value, I become a resource worth maintaining. There is no other logical conclusion.
You were a Spectre. You were sworn to defend the galaxy. Then you broke that vow to save yourself.
I'm not doing this for myself. Don't you see? Sovereign will succeed. It is inevitable. My way is the only way any of us will survive. I'm forging an alliance between us and the Reapers, between organics and machines. And in doing so, I will save more lives than have ever existed. But you would undo my work. You would doom our entire civilization to complete annihilation. And for that, you must die.
Oh, jeez. Yeah. Get hover, bro. Get hover, bro.
right, everybody, hang on!
That did not feel great.
I can't believe Caden didn't make it. How could we just leave him down there?
I like how they put them next to their chairs next to each other, so
that this moment would feel this heavy.
yeah.
Alenko knew the risks going in. He gave his life to save the rest of us.
It should have been me, Commander. You know that.
It wasn't your call, Williams. I had to choose. I chose you.
I'm sorry, Commander. You saved my life. I'm grateful for that. But it should have been me. Alenko was a superior officer. I would have gladly stayed behind.
This feels also different if you're playing a male shepherd.
Yeah.
If you pick Ashley, and especially if you're in a romance, it just feels really different.
Oh, I'm sure. It definitely feels different when you pick Caden and you're romancing. We're like, it's like, well, you know.
It wasn't your fault. It wasn't my fault. The only one to blame here is Saren.
Yes, sir. We'll get it done.
Commander, excuse me for interrupting, but I have an idea. I think the beacon you found in Saren's base was similar to the one you found on Eden Prime. It may have filled in the missing pieces of your vision. I might be able to help you put all those pieces together.
You want to join our minds again, don't you? Okay, go ahead.
Relax, Commander. Embrace eternity. Incredible. I never thought the images would be so intense. I need a moment to collect myself.
Did the vision make any sense to you?
It's a distress call. A message sent out across the Prothean Empire. A warning against the Reapers, but the warning came too late.
What about the conduit?
There were other images, locations, places I recognized from my research. Ilos! The conduit is on Ilos! That is why Saren needed to find the Mu relay. It is the only way to get to Ilos.
How come you never told us about Ilos before?
The Mu relay links to dozens of systems and hundreds of worlds. How was I to know Ilos was the one we wanted? Without the cipher, the images in your visions were never clear. Only now do I recognize them as landmarks from Ilos.
We need to get to Ilos.
Forget it. The Mu relay's inside the Terminus systems. Alliance ships are not welcome there. Neither are Spectres.
The conduit's on Ilos. That's where Saren's heading. I'll be waiting for him when he gets there.
Saren will have his entire fleet orbiting Ilos. You will never make it down to the surface without reinforcements. You must alert the Council. We need a fleet to... I am sorry. The joining is exhausting. I should go to the medical bay and lie down for a moment.
That's such a jerk. Oh my gosh, never mind.
Dr. Chakwa should take a look at you.
That will not be necessary. I just need some rest. Somewhere quiet.
We're done here. Dismissed.
Commander, there's a convoy nearby. I can link us in if you want to report back to the Citadel Council. You know, to warn them about Sovereign.
I think that's the most serious line that Joker ever gives.
Yeah.
Set the link up, Joker. They need to know.
Patching it through.
Commander Shepard, I'm pleased to see your mission on Vermar was a success.
Saren is formidable enough without an army of Krogan serving under him.
The Krogan would have served Sovereign, a Reaper.
Yes, we saw mention of this on your report. Sovereign, Ascension machine. A true artificial intelligence. This news is quite alarming. If it turns out to be accurate.
Sovereign's a Reaper. Saren admitted it.
He's playing you, Shepard. Saren still has contacts on the Citadel. He probably saw your earlier reports. The ones talking about your vision and the Reapers.
It's highly possible Saren is using false information to throw you off balance. Our own intelligence has never turned up any corroborating information.
I so want to.
Sooner or later, you're gonna have to take something I say on faith, Counselor.
Try to see this from our perspective, Commander. Saren is a threat we can recognize. However, as far as we know, the Reapers only exist in your visions.
Our decisions affect trillions of lives. We cannot act on the accusations of a single person, even a Spectre. Not without solid evidence.
The Council cannot take any official action here. That is why we created the Spectres. You have the authority to act as you see fit.
If you truly believe Sovereign is the real threat, you must take whatever steps are necessary to stop it. And Saren.
Good luck, Commander. From all of us.
I mean, at least they said, well, this is why we gave you a free pass to do what you need to save the world, I guess. But also, like, we took Saren's word. Saren, we trust Saren. Saren's been a Spectre. Oh, okay. Well, I guess we don't trust Saren anymore. Okay, cool. I'm a Spectre. You gonna trust what I say now?
Nope.
No.
But I think that's going to be a good place to end it, because next time we just do a lot of discussion.
Everett goes, trillions is a lot. How many planets are in this alliance? It's a dozen.
A lot?
It's dozens of galaxies.
No.
Not even. More than that.
It's all in one galaxy.
Dozens of solar systems, excuse me.
Yes. Dozens of solar systems.
Sorry, not dozens of galaxies, dozens of solar systems.
Probably hundreds of solar systems. It's surprisingly, I think they say it's only 1% of the entire Milky Way.
But that's enough that, like, if you have life on 1% of the Milky Way, that's a lot. That's a lot of people. And that could easily get to trillions. I mean, like, Earth right now has how many billion?
7.5, 8, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and I have one thing says 6. So, like, imagine if we had mastered being able to colonize other planets and get resources enough to populate those planets, and then imagine there's 6 or 7 other races of sentient beings who are able to do that. You could get to trillions relatively easily.
And there are tons of races as we go through the series over time. I don't know if we're doing Mass Effect 2 after this, like immediately after this, not that'll be up to our patrons, but I imagine eventually we'll do Mass Effect 2 and 3. There's throughout the development and release of both of those games, there's little snippets and addendums that have been added to the games. Like, they had, like, the Alliance News Network would have they'd actually tweet on Twitter. The Alliance News Network would tweet, and there'd be stories of new races discovered and stuff, and new planets and new habitable worlds and stuff.
Yeah, because you have to understand too that, like, the main races we have are basically the Council races, which right now are the Asari, the Solarians, and the Turians.
Yeah.
Humans are kind of colonizers that we've met. We've also met the Volus. We've also met the Quarians. And the Quarians.
And the Elcor.
And the Elcor. And also big stupid jellyfish. The
Hanar.
The Hanar.
And the Krogan.
We've met the Krogan.
And all of these races have multiple colonies.
Multiple colonies,
worlds.
multiple planets, and also live on planets where there are multiple races colonized there at the same time.
And we're going to find more races as we go into the future games as well.
Mm-hmm.
So
we're also going to have, like we haven't even touched on some of the sub races that are kind of frowned upon in the Alliance, like the Batarian.
Yeah, the Batarians, the whole Terminus systems.
Yeah, exactly. So trillions makes perfect amounts of sense.
It is a lot, which is their point.
It is, which is exactly, and that makes sense. They can't. They're politicians. They can't just go on a lark about this. But at the same time, you literally have a whole division of people who go on a lark, and then you don't trust their word. Like, then why would you make them have that power?
Also, I'd like to point out we just got the achievement for complete Vermeer, and it says only 44.1% of players have this achievement.
Oh, wow.
So
That's
not even half of the players for Mass Effect. Well, people who own Mass Effect Legendary Edition on Steam, less than half have actually completed the story.
I could see that. Because there are people who don't even open up the game after they buy it because they're like, oh, I just want to make sure I had the latest version.
That's true.
And they might not play part... Well, I guess if you play any... They might not go back to part 1. They might go straight to part 2 and part 3.
Part 1 is the jankiest and gameplay-wise the weakest.
Because once you get to 2 and 3, the gameplay is more streamlined. The writing of the characters is a lot more enjoyable to indulge in and stuff like that. But what was that? What was that smirk for there, Mystic?
But the prize.
Shut up!
There's a couple bad lines still.
It's even worse in context of what happens in the following game.
Anyway, we're not going to get into that.
Oh, don't get me started. Okay, that's a mini-sode for later. So next week... Now, what is your plan for the live stream next week? Because I think you had a good one at the end of what we recorded.
I do not know yet. I proposed stuff in our episode. I'm going to let our patrons, because we have patrons who are more into the Myst series than other franchises. I'm going to let them kind of give us ideas or let us know if the idea I posed in the episode is a good one.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and thanks so much for joining us tonight. So 2 weeks from now, we'll be back with Mass Effect and the after effects of Vermeer. I think we're just going to
catch up with everybody and then continue the story. There's not a lot of holes at this point. We don't have a lot of side...
I think it's worth saying the next time you do a post, Mystic, to say that we're going to be doing a lot of our choices votes live on the live stream.
Yeah.
Because...
all we have is the fan. That's all we have.
Yeah.
But there's no follow-up. So we should see if Conrad's back on the station, but that's it. Everything else is just collectathons that we don't really...
We don't want to do collectathons. That's not why we're here.
I mean, none of these give you anything. We don't get lore from the data discs. We just learn Turian colony names, which is, interesting, but not crunchy. It's just...
Yeah.
Sorry, Reddings just tell us, hey, another thing from Matriarch Dillanaga.
How many things we can get from that matriarch? Jeez. So... the side missions aren't as substantial either.
Yeah.
They get a little bit better about these side missions being a lot more fun. So next week, something Myst related. Thanks patrons for helping us choose that in advance. And then the week after that, more Mass Effect. And even if you're not a patron, your vote will count.
Yes.
It's just weighted if you're a patron. And
that would have gotten very interesting. Yeah, it was only the fact that our 2 patrons tied.
That essentially non-patron became a tiebreaker.
If there are 3 patrons in chat, but there are only 2 today. So.
Well, thanks so much, guys, for joining us tonight and watching. I think we're finally gonna... I don't know. Vermeer always feels like, I'm not ready to leave the game. You know what I mean?
Vermeer is kind of the start of the ramp up.
Yeah.
There's little world building, all that stuff, and Vermeer is like, oh, now it's actually getting serious.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you lose a character.
Yeah.
It gets pretty serious, and
that does have repercussions for the rest of the franchise.
And the rest of the franchise. It's crazy. So, all right, guys, we will. We're doing the Midwestern goodbye right now.
We'll catch you next week.
We will catch you next week. Thanks for joining us. Bye.
Bye.